My mom put everything to basketball. So it was tough for them to swallow, like that pill to swallow, like, yo, like, you gonna do what? Like, you just like, you wanna make clothes? Like, what?
Cause like right now everything could be great, but
Yeah.
like it's a way another high that I'm chasing, but I can't see it, but I know it's
Yeah.
possible.
Sometimes the person you're right now don't deserve that person that you're going to be. You just have to go through that process and certain things. And I think that was my case, you know?
In entrepreneurship, that every day you're progressing,
Yeah.
but on the back end, in your heart that you're nowhere where you're supposed to be at.
You really gotta understand who you are in this world as you navigate, because a lot of people can steer the wrong way.
You lost something that was like a first love, first nature to you, but you were blessed with something else.
Keep that younger self of you alive. That's one thing. As you get older, I realize a lot of people, you see a lot of people, they're dead inside, man. They don't have that fun youthfulness, and at the end of the day, creators run the world.
You get comfortable at something. Once you hit an achievement and you get on the top of the mountain, you can either get stuck there or you can go down the mountain and chase another one.
Knowing that every day is another opportunity to tackle this thing we call life, and just knowing that every day I got another opportunity to just be amazing in whatever I do.
Welcome to another episode of Trail Truth Podcast. Today I got a special guest, influencer, creator. Hey man, I can't wait for this conversation. Y'all gonna learn a lot, and I'm gonna learn a lot about him. So I'm gonna let him go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey man, if you know, you know. I'm Luke Paul, owner of Visionary Club. You probably seen the pieces, you know. I know you've seen the clothes, but I make dope clothes for a living. That's what I do, you know. So
For sure. So I always start off every episode just asking all my guests, how are you mentally?
amazing. I think right now I'm in a, I say 9.5, 9.5. Some days might tear down to a 6, but I always bring back up to the highest, you know what I'm saying? Every morning I get that, I praise God every morning to get that thing back up. So I'm amazing right now.
For sure. So how do you stay in that consistent point? Like as far as in just knowing, like even if you
Mhm.
drop down to a 6, you always gonna make it to 9.5.
You just knowing that every day is another opportunity to tackle this thing we call life, and just knowing that every day I got another opportunity to just be amazing in whatever I do. So that's why every day I wake up, get my rep in, my 1%, what I'm saying, the 1%
Exactly.
everybody knows, and just make sure I put my daily token into myself. And that's how I know every day, like, I'm also gonna start off 100%, drop down to 95, maybe a little bit, but if I'm being honest, but always go back to 100% at the end of the day. Just keep your faith strong, and then
For
a
sure.
mental, really have to tackle everything. So, you know,
For sure. That's real. And I feel like, a lot of people in today's age,
yeah.
they run away from that 1% because it's
Yeah.
not that 50% or that 90% that they looking for.
Mhm.
So it's good that you understand the 1% because I feel like big or small, if
Mhm.
you progress in each and every day, you win it.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Because we got 365. You
Mhm.
can win 1% a day and the next day, shit, it might go up to 50. You
That's
just never
true.
know. You just got to keep going. So just tell the people a little bit about your business and your
Mm.
journey.
So I am the owner of Visionary Club. I mean, I have this business for about, let's say, roughly around like 5 years. It comes out to 5 years, about to be 6 years. So,
Mm.
but hypothetically, 4 years,
Mhm.
because I was in school. So that's a story. That's a story we'll talk about too.
Mhm.
So I was in school when I started the brand, everything like that. It was a side hustle at the time, so it became official business in 2022.
Yeah.
So that's where 4 years, but I started it during COVID. The idea came about during COVID. With the brand Visionary Club, man, it was one of those ones where it's like it was a COVID baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a lot of business, unfortunately went down. A lot of business came up. It's part of the process of life. Some people, during those time periods, and I was happy to be one of those businesses that grew through COVID. So during that time, when COVID happened, before COVID, I was playing basketball. So I was hooping, doing that thing, had offers to play college basketball and everything like that. And then right around COVID, when everything shut down, that's where, like, yo, I was really on the teetering on the fence of, like, should I drop my college offers, or like should I go play basketball for college?
Mhm.
It was like I was teetering. When COVID happened, I was like, all right, I gotta stay home now,
Yeah.
I gotta
Mm.
stay home. So at the time, I was customizing shoes at the time. So I was customizing shoes in my parents' house, and then make some money. And then figuring out my next steps, you know what I'm saying? Like, COVID happened, what I'm gonna do next. So that's where I was like, let me just go community college and just, get my education, get my A degree. From there, I figure everything else out. And then while I was getting my A degree, that's when I was like, "All right, I gotta get something going." Because as a past athlete, you gotta. It's like this post-athlete depression. If you're athlete, it's
Mhm.
like you gotta do something.
For
Because
sure.
all your life you've been in the system of, like, discipline, 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 and it's like after that, I was like, "Yo, I gotta be something. I gotta do something." It's like I can't not do nothing else. from there, I was like, let me just I fell in love with the gym, right? So I fell in love with the gym. And then from the gym, that's how I really learned the mindset of discipline and the 1%, just through that process alone. Because basketball finished, and then I'm like, let me just follow the gym. 'Cause I'm like I'm athletic. I just want to keep that
Just in your
that
routine.
yeah, it's in my rotation. Just keep that nature alive. And then from there, the gym, I start seeing results. Like yo, like if if I start my process, I didn't see it, but over time, every single day, I just got better and better.
Mhm.
And accumulation of like 30 days, I seen the whole process. But in that right there opened my eyes, okay, cool. If I can get better in the gym, I can get better in life. You just gotta put that 1% every single day,
Mhm.
every single day, every single day. And from there, that's when I was like, let me open my business. Cause if I know through the gym that I can see the project, like the progress I seen in myself at the gym at the time, I know I can see anything I do, my
Exactly.
business, whatever I want to do in life. This is about just doing that 1% every single day. So that's when I took on the risk to start the brand visionary club. I took that risk. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just do it. Don't know nothing about the business. I was like, I'm gonna learn along the journey. Use that same mindset from the gym, 1% every single day, learn every single day. Over time, accumulation, I'm gonna know a lot.
Exactly.
But I was just like, let me just do it. You know,
Mhm.
that's just a quick little, introduction of the brand. But
Yeah,
it was a process to where I'm at now. It was like looking back, it's crazy, bro.
for
It's
sure.
crazy.
And to even comment on that, as I didn't play. I played AAU and stuff like
Oh,
that. I
where?
never
For
played.
real? It
Yeah,
was nice.
yeah,
Football or basketball?
basketball. So
Oh,
I played a couple sports,
that's
but like
fire.
I never really got the chance to take it before I had injuries, and
Yeah.
then I was like a late bloomer when it come to sports. Like I fell in love with it
Mm,
at the like probably I want to say when I got to high school. That's when I fell in love
damn.
with it. So developing different skills and stuff like that, it wasn't first nature like it
Yeah.
is for some people. Like I always was smart, so my
Mhm.
thing was school.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I even coming into high school, I was like, "Look, I went to Oak Ridge." I don't know if you're
Oak
familiar with
Ridge,
Oak
yeah,
Ridge
I
High
know
School. Yeah,
basketball,
yeah.
basketball. You had,
So
the dude from Sarasota, you had a lot of good players. You had a one dunker dude, I remember that dunker dude.
Emmett Williams
Yeah,
probably.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
and Nevin.
Yeah, and then,
Mhm.
yeah, one dude from Sarasota that came from Carter Mooney. That's I'm OG. I know
Yeah.
I know basketball to the T. Well, Oak Ridge is a school, man,
Yeah, for
and
sure. That's what I'm saying. I went to a school where it was more politics and skills, so it's like
mm,
you couldn't even really test your skills because they already got guys pouring in from
yeah,
everywhere.
yeah,
So I fell in love. I always been a lover of sports, but it was never like that first love that most it
mm,
was to most people. But knowing that probably was a first love to you,
mhm,
when like you said, when COVID happened, that first love shut down.
man, what?
But as you seen, I'm glad you trusted yourself because
Mhm,
you lost something that was like a first love, first nature to you,
mhm.
but you were blessed with something else.
That's true.
And now, even with that blessing, it's still going on.
It's still going on, man.
So my next question to you is, how did because I'm all about motivation. I just want to be able to give other people idea
Mhm,
of how they can progress. How was that mentally for you? Because, you know,
mhm.
knowing that, you got to wake up and keep going 1%, but at the same time, I know you probably in the back of your head was like, bro, I got a hoop dream.
Yeah, I mean, at the time it was tough. It was
Mhm,
so tough, man, at that mental aspect because, like I said, that's all I knew. Basketball,
mhm,
basketball, basketball. But I knew deep down inside someone was greater than me. Like I just knew. Like I was very smart in school too. Like you're saying, like
mhm,
even yourself, like I was academically smart as well. I just knew there was something more to me, but it was still burning me in my heart. Like yo, basketball. So it's just like that mental process. I was still like on the side, with, like low key, try to practice to get better,
mhm.
like just shooting hoops and like doing my courses, the routine that I was doing like post basketball, I
Exactly.
was still doing that just because the love of it. But when I had to hit that finalization of me was like, yo, this is real life. Like, maybe some things are not meant to
Mhm.
go on to the next thing. And that's when I learned the phases of life.
Exactly.
Some phases you just gotta let go, or some phases you just gotta transition to a different phase. Maybe instead of playing basketball, you could be on the operational side of it, on the business side of it, or on the behind the camera. But you still have that love that's still there for that particular sport, just on a different
Exactly.
side of it.
Mhm.
And that's where the paradigm came in. I was like, yo, let me just shift from a different side. It's crazy because at the time, I started making shoes from like custom shoes for my like basketball friends in the leagues. In the league and in college, I was like, you know what? All right, cool. This is like right, like everything happened at the same time. Like my brother, it was like everything happened at the same time. I realized just like, you know what? Let me just pivot my view on okay, I'm not playing basketball no more, but I still can have my work in some type of space in the basketball world.
Exactly.
And that's where I started customizing my shoes and during that COVID period of time, right before the brand started. So it definitely was tough, but it's about just how you see your perspective of certain things. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And have you always been a creator? Like,
Oh,
for
yeah.
instance, like, because basically you said
Mhm.
you customize shoes, that's art.
Yeah.
So, like, was that something that was always a passion, or did it just come up during that time of
I
COVID?
feel like I actually been I've been, customizing shoes, like, 5 years before that. But yeah, that's when I ramped it up for real, so it was, like, 5 years before the brand, I started
Mhm,
doing shoes, so I always been a creator, like, at heart, like and then it's crazy in hindsight, I never seen it firsthand, like, I was always wearing my jerseys backwards, I was always wearing soccer jerseys, I was always doing that fashion stuff.
mhm.
Like, I just never seen that fashion was for me. I was just putting clothes on, like, I was going like, to school with some Chelsea boots or some, like, damper out. People like, "Why you doing all that?" You know what I'm saying? Like, "Why you putting all the clothes on for a regular day of school?" I just like to look fly,
Exactly.
you know? So in hindsight, it was always there that, okay, cool, fashion was in my blood, like, fashion was my thing,
Mhm,
but it just never, like, I never thought of it like that. So,
for sure.
just growing up, I always loved art, man. My mom always put me in, like, these, like, academic things and this arts and craft skill things as well. Like she always kept me engaged in like these different activities. Like, some days I'm playing basketball on the weekend, some days I'm doing arts and craft
Mhm.
from next door neighbor. So it's always those type of things that she kept me engaged at a young age. So it's pretty cool, man. Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that's what's up. So, my question to you is, do you feel like your purpose has always been embedded in you, but it took different situations and characteristics that have actually have to happen in order for you to fully see it?
I think so. I think so. And that's a good point because that's where like in life, I think we all got a purpose, you know? It's some people it clicks early on. Some people you have to go through these process of life. You have to go through these shifts and these things, this character development that people talk about all the
Exactly.
time, these heartbreaks, these things to just unlock that person that you need to be. Because sometimes the person you are right now don't deserve that person that you're going to be. You just have to go through that process and certain things. And I think that was my case, you know?
Yeah, for
So
sure. That's what's up, man. I tell people all the time,
mm,
like, you have to go through different seasons. And I
right.
feel like a lot of people, they are scared to go through these seasons
Hmm.
because it includes hurt, pain,
Yeah.
and struggle. And sometimes they are not able to see what's on the other side.
Hmm.
So a lot of people don't want to go through things because they don't
Yeah.
know the outcome. And, sometimes people just need to, face their fears, but it's easier said than done. You know what
No.
I mean?
Oh my
So
gosh. Yeah.
my next question to you is, what's the history behind the name? How did the name come up?
Oh man, Visionary Club. So long story short, so when I was working at IMG during that time,
Mhm,
it was before COVID. I got a job at IMG,
mhm.
and at IMG there was a player named D'Angelo Ortiz. Right, I remember he said the word Visionary Club here and there, like he was saying the word here and there, and I caught on to the word. No, not Visionary Club, but he was saying the word visionary.
Yeah.
He was saying the word visionary. I was like, yo, it's fire. Like that was dope. It's just the words just like had a ring to it, like
Yeah.
visionary. And when he was saying that, I picked onto it, like, it's like I just grabbed that word.
Mhm.
So during that time process, I was still like, how you're a young kid, you're just like, "I wanna invest something." So, like I said, deep down inside me, I was like, "I know I wanna do something bigger than what I was."
Mhm.
So, clothing brand at the time, I didn't know what was gonna do clothing brand. I just wanna do my own thing.
Exactly.
This is the same time I was doing shoes, so it was like same thing. I was just looking for the next step for
Mhm.
my process, right? And that's where I was like, I had a whole list. I was like, visionary society, visionary, like, I was taking like names of the biggest brands and just putting it on this list like columns.
Mhm.
Visionary hideout, visionary club. Whoa. Once I said that, I got a picture on my phone where it's like, once I said that, I made like this expression like, in this moment, like, I was like, "Yeah, I got it. I got the name. I got the name." And then once that happened, everything I kept it low key for a minute. During the same time I was doing shoes, but no one knew I had my side project
Yeah.
behind the scenes. So it was that process, man, that I was like, "Yo, this is something that's there," you know?
Mhm.
So
For sure.
it's dope.
That's what's up. Cause I
Mhm,
feel like it was the same thing with me. I was doing it in my notes,
mhm.
and how I came up with my name is it took a long ass time. And I still got it from when I started back in 2024.
Yeah,
And I just had a whole bunch of names like Talks with Trey, Trey Talks,
yeah.
Real Talk with Trey. Like, it's just like
Mhm,
all these different things. And I'm like, damn, like none of these are like really clicking.
mhm.
And then I got Trey Truce, and I was like, damn.
Ooh-wee. Yeah,
Like,
that's
I'm
a good
like,
name.
hold on. I'm like, okay, let me dissect the name. Let me try to make it a
Yeah.
meaning. And then I was like, damn, this is really clever. Like, it takes somebody smart to actually dive into the concept of what the name is.
Mhm.
And I was like, that's just me. Like, I like to
Right.
deep dive into shit. And I was like, this is gonna be my title. And then every time I say it to somebody, like, damn, why that name not expensive? They like,
It's
damn.
catchy. No, it's catchy.
Hmm.
That's catchy.
So my next question for you is, along the journey, how was your support as far as
Mhm,
in, because I feel like whenever we have like basically a baby vision
mhm.
or like an idea, a lot of people will either cling to it or they'll be like, "Oh, I don't know." So how was that for you?
I mean, the support was at first it was kinda it was tough because, like I said, like, your parents invest X amount of money into basketball, like, same thing I was
Mhm.
playing AAU, all that stuff, like, everything, like, traveling. I was deep into basketball, I started when I was, like, probably, like, 6. I mean, my first sport is soccer, but basketball was, like, everything I invested. My mom put everything into basketball. So, it was tough for them to swallow, like, that pill to swallow, like, "Yo, like, you gonna do what? Like, you just, like, you wanna make clothes? Like, what?" Like, especially that I was in school, so and at the moment, they just think it's a side hustle, like, "Alright, they're not
Yeah.
taking that seriously," until, I was like, "Alright, I started making sales a little bit more, people start buying it. I was showing them, they're just like, don't see nothing of it. They don't think you see a career of it. And at first, it was just like, it's cool, you're doing it, you make some money while you're in school. But they just, it was still like the basketball thing was just like, why not basketball? Like,
Mhm.
why not basketball? So at first it was kind of rocky, but at the same time, my mom always she always support me. Like every time in the kitchen she was cooking something, I always come in the kitchen like this idea. So I'm gonna do this and that and this. And then she was like, oh my gosh. Like, cause every time she cooking, I'm just like, hey, this is the vision I have. She was like, but she'd be listening. She'd be listening because
Mhm.
she recalled these moments where the moment I said that I'm gonna do visionary club and I'm doing this, and then she was like, okay. She remembered that same exact moment because she hear everything, all this other
Mhm.
moments. And then over time, like I said, I just keep packing had packages. My stepdad was watching me, moving like inventory here and there, like baby inventory. At times, like, like what should like they don't know nothing of it, like what's outside of the thing. Because
Mhm.
when I was trying to show them, like prove to them, like, yo, this is a real thing. Like, this is a real concept. You can make
Yeah.
money off clothes. Like, you
Mhm.
can make money off clothes. And then I think it was about 2023, 2020 it's 2023, it's 2024, where, like, so much inventory started coming to the house. They was like, "So what is this thing you got going on? Like, what's going on?" Like, and it was like it was crazy because like, I remember that the exact moment, they was like, "Okay, cool. So now how can we help you?"
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But it was like it was not their fault. It's not their fault, especially being like from I'm Haitian. So
Mhm.
it's not, they want to be doctors and stuff like that and grow up to in that traditional way. So it was way different from how they want me to be like
Exactly.
risen. Um, but it was just something dope when they actually figured out. It was like, yo, okay, how can we help you? How can we
Mhm.
assist? We saw already see the vision. Well, how can we help
For
you on the
sure.
journey? So
Yeah, that's what's up, bro. Like
mhm,
having that, support an internal support system. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Because that can really change somebody, especially
facts,
mentally. You know what I mean?
facts.
If people don't believe you internally
Mhm,
in your immediate household, that can definitely, stir your vision a little bit because it's like, damn, I'm already with you all this time and X amount of time throughout the day,
mhm,
and you don't see what I see.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Especially if they have their own vision from you and it's against basically what they see.
exactly.
And I have a few Haitian friends, so I definitely know
Oh
how,
man,
yeah, I definitely know.
man.
My boy was just on here, Marco, he was just on here. He's a fireman. So
Mhm,
I was talking with him about his culture and as well. So that's what's up. So my next question to you is,
mhm,
Imma go ahead and jump into what
yeah,
happened today. So basically, I wanna give him his flowers, you know what I mean, for
mhm,
even just showing up here. He had an unfortunate situation occur today,
mhm,
and, you know what I mean, me just being who I am, I understood it completely because
yeah,
what he experienced, that's what I deal with day to day whenever I go to my 9 to 5. So I wanna touch on that,
mhm,
basically, most people don't understand that. That's like one of the silent challenges as an entrepreneur.
yeah.
Um, and my question for you is, how do you handle, being a successful entrepreneur, but always having eyes on you, not knowing if they're good or bad,
Oh
especially like
man.
when it comes to, unintentional friends or
Mhm,
unintentional supporters? Because I feel like even with me, some people, I'm a
mhm,
little podcaster, and some people will come to me and be like, "Yeah, I want to be on there," but they don't want to be on here to give motivation and game. They wanna
exactly.
be on here because it's cameras and they can say whatever they wanna say.
Mm,
So how do you handle it with your business as far as clothing? Because some people could just wanna be around you for the benefits, the
yeah,
perks, the
yeah.
cameras or the merch. So how do you handle that?
I feel like the main way I really handle it is just by like going through the process myself and like I have a strong like intuition. Like my intuition is super strong and
Mhm.
having like I said, people around me, like my immediate people who I have around me is super, super tight. So if I have any like idea about something like, yo, should I do this? I always ask like I can ask my girl, I can ask my mom. Like they gave me that resource, like, oh, I give them the whole breakdown situation. They tell me if I'm wrong. They tell me straight up, like if I'm wrong. So that support system is really big as far as like people that can tell stuff clear cut. And on top of that, like I said, just go through the process. Like I take things for what it is. I'm very optimistic. I never like to cancel nothing out. I like to go through the process of certain things. I like to review certain things. So I go through that mental loops to just okay, review certain things. This happened because of this. What can I do done differently to avoid that situation?
Exactly.
What can I said that could have helped avoid the situation? So I always make sure I take accountability for myself,
Exactly.
to see how I could make the situation a little better, and then I address the full situation. Okay, what really happened? And then from there, it's like it's about the process scenario. So I really just go through this mental loops of like, okay, cool, who's around me, and just understanding that who I want around me. So
Mhm.
it's about like filtering these filters and certain things. It's really just like how you explain it? So the process is really just canceling and just adding. It's like it's
Yeah.
like input
What
output.
I tell people is
Yeah,
it's about accepting. And I
yeah,
feel like
accepting.
once you
Yeah,
accept certain things, you understand it for what it is and you know how to exclude it from happening
exactly. Yeah.
again.
See, that's amazing right there. Trades of truth, man.
Hey, yeah,
What?
yeah, man. So
That's
I'm big
amazing.
on acceptance because I just had
Yeah.
an episode on it and I tell people all the time, like a lot of people will beat themselves up or a lot of people will avoid the accountability.
Mhm.
And I got a question for you about that.
Yeah.
But they avoid it because they don't understand acceptance. And once you
Yeah.
understand acceptance,
Mhm.
you understand things are outside of your control, or
Mhm.
you understand like, okay, I could have done this differently, or they could have done this differently.
Yep.
And it'll remove all stress. I'm a stress-free person.
Man,
I like
what?
to have peace.
Me too. Hey, me
So
too.
so my thing to you, I have a question of how do you develop that trait of accountability? Because a lot of
Yeah.
people will steer away from it. So how do you remain accountable of everything that's around you?
I mean, really just taking things as they come. Like I
Mhm.
feel like a lot of people they like to avoid it, duck and dive those scenarios. But
Yeah.
I feel like what for me is like I had to take on everything like growing up, like the accountability, especially being in a Haitian household. So I learned that early on. It's like, yo, you can't run away from your problems. You just face a problem. So as I get older, I'm like, let me just face the situation. Just face it now because if you don't face it now, everything's gonna accumulate eventually.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Either you face it right now, or it could be gonna have a stack of piles like problems that you're gonna face. It's gonna that's gonna be a big thing in your mental. So that's where like I keep the same thing with you. I keep my mental crisp, clean, no stress at all, just by holding myself accountable and just knowing that whenever problems come, I just handle it. Just handle them as they
Mhm.
come, and just especially being a creator, you have to do that as well because now you have your real life problems on top of your creative process. So that's a big issue. That's why I like to
Mhm.
just keep my thing straight up. If I did something wrong, hey, I'm sorry. If I didn't do nothing wrong, I'm sorry as well. How can I fix
Exactly.
it's one of those things just like you say, acceptance. That's a good word. Word of the
Mhm.
show, acceptance. I like that.
For sure. And my next question would be like, can that be draining?
Mm,
Because like you said, like for instance, I just had not my last episode I recorded, but the one that's about to drop tomorrow. I had a guest and he's a owner of Quad Studios in New York City.
that's
So that's
fire.
one of the biggest studios in New York. It's famous for because Tupac got shot there.
Mm,
But he said the same thing, like it depends on the day.
yeah.
So, like, it could be draining as hell one day, and the next day it could be like, "Okay, this day is a good day." So,
Mm,
how do you handle the drainage aspect? Because, like you said, you're dealing with
mm,
not only your personal life, but your business life, and we're both in a business pleasing
yeah.
business, so it's like you have to please people
Mm,
while remaining whole no matter what you're going through. So, how do you
right.
handle that?
I think, like you said, meditation, like meditation in the gym.
Mm,
That's my biggest thing for me personally, or even just like when I say meditation, like a lot of people they don't understand the aspect of meditation.
mhm,
Where like whenever like I have it, like I'm super drained, like I just drink my tea, get my little tea, go outside and just like understand what I got accomplished and what I have done and what God has given me.
mm,
Like I'm very spiritual as well too, so I like to go to my faith at those times for
mm,
whenever I'm drained to just like keep myself abundance and just get that energy uplift a little bit more. So I just go outside, just have a meditation process as well. Just like I said, just really be in tune with myself. From there, it's like yo, that's my way.
mhm,
That's my way, and then, of course, the gym is a good way because now you focus like, you work on your physical aspect, but at the same time, you still strengthen your mental aspect as well.
exactly.
So, now whenever you drain the dopamine that allows that dopamine that hits your brain allows you to, uplift yourself a little more because like now you feel good. Now you're feeling
Mhm.
good. Now if you're feeling good, you're able to produce good work and think in a clear process. So
Exactly.
that's why I'm big on the gym. I'm very big on the gym. Like, running, gym, whatever you do in a physical aspect, you do want to get that real dopamine hit as
Mhm.
well too. So
And just with even transparency is like, I salute a lot of people, and I think we both know Gabe, and I tell Gabe all the
yeah.
time, like whenever I see that boy going to the gym, or whenever I see anybody going to the gym, I give them their flowers.
Mhm.
Like me myself, I know a lot of gym goers. Me, I don't have that relationship with the gym.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would consider myself healthy, but my thing is, and this is the same conversation I have with Marco.
Mhm.
He told me in order to better himself, like he was going through mental issues as far as
Mhm.
in like trying to understand what's his next and what's his why. So he was drinking, he was doing all this other stuff,
Mhm.
and he fell in love with the gym and he replaced that with that. The same way you said the gym makes you more disciplined and strengthens here. My thing is if everybody doesn't have that
Mhm.
gym, trait,
Mhm.
how would you, in a sense, advise them on how to,
That's a good
work
question.
with drainage?
That's a good question. That's where it's like I feel like you have to go out and try stuff. Like it's like I can't say too much about certain people. Everybody different,
Mhm.
but you have to go out and try stuff. Like even like yes, the gym is one aspect that allows me to uplift my drainage.
For
But even
sure.
traveling, like going on a walk in nature, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Those type of things where you have to try things where people like overlook. As
For
far
sure.
as like doing activities with your family, like certain things that you got to really like sit down, like, yo, that actually, uplift my spirit a little bit.
Mhm.
So those things that people overlook whole time, those are the things that, you have to like take consideration of.
For sure.
So like I said, that's a good question. That's a good question because like I said, not everybody has the opportunity, had a mindset to be this on the gym.
Mhm.
I feel like gaming too, like I feel just like certain things. I mean, just whatever spikes your dopamine allows you to be disciplined. Because I know some people who are really good at gaming, who are very disciplined at that,
Mhm.
who like they it's really catered to the person. So that's where like if I ever talk to somebody, I ask them like, "How's your upbringing? What's your process growing up?" And
Mhm.
um, understand yourself. I feel like two main points to your question is understand yourself. You really got to understand yourself
Mhm.
first. To understand yourself, you have to try new things.
Exactly.
Through that process, try new things, you might figure out, oh dang, this thing right here, I actually like doing that. So
Mhm.
just understand yourself. I feel like
Mhm.
a clear cut answer.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's really just about savoring the moments that are in your
yeah.
life and entering a world that you're most comfortable in where you can actually be the most disciplined. Like
Yeah.
as far as in like you said, even gaming, like I know a lot of people that enjoy gaming too, but when they're gaming, that's their most creative version. Like
Mhm.
they could just be playing 2K or Call of Duty, but as they're playing the game, they're thinking about other stuff. They're releasing stuff, but thinking about other ways how they can replace it by just playing the game. So I think it's all about really savoring the moment and being able to be at peace and at comfort. Because when you're
Mhm.
at that point of time, you're able to release and then inhale anything that's positive.
Facts.
So it's
Facts.
like, for instance, when you're in the gym, you got in your headphones, you're doing
Mhm.
your sets. As you're doing your sets, you burning all
Mhm.
that,
You burn all that.
all the what it could be stress.
Mhm.
It could just be in general gain, recovery,
Yeah.
whatever. You burning it, but in the back end, you're gaining muscle, you're gaining
Mhm.
discipline, you're gaining the mental strength, and then now you're unlocking some. Okay, bet I got a new PR. Bet I got this.
Yeah.
This just reminded me of this. You know what I mean? It's deep. It
It's
goes
deep.
deep
It's deep.
for
Yeah.
sure. So my next thing I want to ask you, damn, that was a good
That's a
dialogue.
good
That was a
question.
good
That's a
dialogue.
great question.
So my next thing is, as an entrepreneur,
Mhm.
how do you handle being on 24/7?
Ooh, I think for me, like that's a good question too. You got some good questions, man. Trey of Truth got the truth, man. I'm not gonna lie. Um,
Whoa, whoa. I know you're too busy watching the episode, but just take a moment to look at the link down below. Make sure you subscribe to the Truth Lounge. Make sure you join the Truth family. Living your truth. This is the perfect place to be, and I appreciate you for tuning in and watching the episode.
to that question, like being on 24/7. I feel like for me, man, it's like it's the game I signed up for. It's like you have to accept it before you join it, because not everybody can do it. Not
Mhm.
like I seen this one thing. A lot of people can be, some people can be entrepreneurs, but not a lot of people can last long in this realm of being
For
an
sure.
entrepreneur because it's so tedious mentally,
Mhm.
physically, and it's like it's so much. That's where, like I said, you need that faith. I'm also gonna go back to that because you need something to just rely on to keep you grounded during these moments of turmoil situations. Like being on 24/7 is not fun. You know, it's not fun, but at the same time, it's what I need to do to get to X, Y, and Z. You
Mhm,
know, so it's about seeing the bigger vision of what you want to do and where you're trying to go. Have that vision plan. Because
mhm,
if you have a vision plan, you okay, you understand like, yo, if I'm on right now, it's for a bigger purpose. Because I'm seeing for 5 years, I'm trying to get out of my situation right now, working my 9 to 5 to be financially free. So you gotta take that risk early on. So that's why I tell people was like I see the end goal and like, I gotta push now. I rather push now when I'm young rather than if I'm 4 years old, like, trying to figure it out back then because like I tell a lot of people, like life is like levels.
exactly.
Level 22, 23, 24. Each level has its own problems. So
Mhm.
if you sit down at level 22, 23, think it's sweet, wait till get to level 28, 29.
Mhm.
You might be like, okay, damn, I wish when I was 21,
Yeah, I did this differently.
I did what I need to. That's what right now I'm
Mhm.
racing. I'm just running all the energy I have now since I'm young, trying to utilize that to exert it to my goal. Is beyond 24/7. It's tough right now, but I know that the fruit of my labor is gonna be so good.
Exactly,
So
and I tell people the same thing, bro, like, people question me a lot, especially because I already have my career, so
yeah.
I could just do what I
Shout
do
salute
and
to
go
you,
to
man.
work,
Salute to you.
you know what I mean? But a lot
Yeah.
of people like, "Damn, why are you trying to do both?" I'm like, "Well, my career is something that I'm passionate about, but I don't feel like that's my real true passion, like, I feel like I just wanna impact people. I
Mhm.
could do it in my career, but I feel like I tell people all the time, once you get comfortable at something,
Mhm.
once you hit an achievement and you get
Yeah.
on the top of the mountain, you can either get stuck there or you can go down
Oh
the
my.
mountain and chase another one. So with my career was that top of the mountain.
Mhm.
But I said, okay, I'm at the top of one mountain. Let me just go down this mountain
What
and
you
try to
what
find
what
another
what
one.
you did before?
I'm a crime scene investigator.
Ah,
Uh,
fire, man.
So I
Hey,
do
that's
that.
that's
Yeah,
dope.
yeah, for sure.
That's dope.
Appreciate it,
That
bro.
that's, for a brother that's I respect that, man. 'Cause a lot of
Yeah.
people don't understand, like
Hey man, the percentage of African Americans in this field is slim to none, especially males. Like
nah,
I'm in a
yeah.
predominantly female driven field.
No,
So
yeah.
yeah, it's
That's
especially
fire, man. That's
I
fire.
can only say that honestly, I don't think I've ever seen another black male CSI. I've seen like black women CSI,
Yeah.
but like in my life I've probably seen 4, and I've been doing this for almost 3 years.
Man, I salute to you. Like that see that right there, like I respect that in a way because like that field is one of the ones where you have to be very intentional. Like it's
Mhm,
like you have to be always on too. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Like you can't miss a beat.
You can't miss a
You
beat
can't miss
because
a beat.
it can cost you your job, it can cost you your mental, like, you
Yeah.
really gotta be mentally
Yeah.
strong. That's why I say, like, this is, like, my release. So, like I say, people go to
Mm.
the gym, but I just normally like connecting with people, and that's my release. So, I may ask you something that I'm curious about for myself, but
Yeah.
also curious about how everybody else in the world think.
Yeah, yeah.
So, that's why I'm like, I'd rather just pour into people
Mhm.
because it's gonna help me, but it may help somebody else in the making.
Facts.
So I wanted to piggyback off what you said with being on 24 hours. I also want to say this. I seen something earlier today when I woke up
Mhm.
on Instagram about being an entrepreneur, and I really needed to see it. So it basically said that being an entrepreneur is not easy. And I remember the first line, it basically said that, in entrepreneurship, you know that every day you're progressing,
Yeah.
but on the back end, you know in your heart that you're nowhere where you're supposed to be at.
Facts.
So how would you handle that? Like you said, like, you know that you basically on the chase, you're on the run,
Mhm.
and how do you handle not being able to, in a sense, see your future? Because like right now, everything
Mhm.
could be great, but
Yeah.
like it's a way another high that I'm chasing, but I can't see it, but I know it's
Yeah.
possible. And I know, in a sense, it's faith.
Mhm.
But how do you keep that strong?
I think to your point, it just you have to dig deep inside yourself.
Mhm,
I always go back to that because a lot of people aren't saying like once I had my first moment of like I left my parents' crib, I
mhm,
left the house and everything like that. I seen like with everything I was talking about the world and realized, yo, you really gotta understand who you are in this world as you
mhm.
navigate because a lot of people can steer the wrong way.
Exactly.
And once I realized that, I'm like, okay, cool. I realized is having that connection to whatever you want to do, but at the same time, to your point, it's like, oh man, it's like as an entrepreneur, man, it's just as you go through the process of life, like I said, I always ask questions too as well. I like to learn all the time too. So for me personally, I learn from other people as well. So
Mhm,
I'm using like knowledge that I'm learning from like let's say a YouTube video or another entrepreneur I see. I like to learn from their situations. From
mhm,
there, I apply it to my life. Okay, cool. It's like this painting. We don't know what we're painting. It's like we're blindfolding painting
mhm,
this next vision. Like we have a room full of canvases of all the achievements that we've done before, but in hindsight. we on to our next pain, we just don't even know what the next thing is.
Mhm.
Whole time, our body knows, our spirit knows, because like I said, one thing my dad always told me, like, the book is already told. We just flipping through the pages.
Exactly.
So that my page for my next achievement, it's written already.
Mhm.
I'm not on a page yet. So that's where it's like, I just have my trust my intuition, but same time, you still gotta row the boat, put the work in
Mhm.
to get to that position and that chapter of the page. So
Mhm.
that's where, like I said, for me, I'm always continuously learning, continuously asking people questions and being curious about certain things
Mhm.
that allow me to open up that vision to the next thing. So
Mhm.
I feel that that's for me personally,
Yeah.
as an entrepreneur, that's how I'm able to open up the vision, even though when it's sometimes it can be super vague that I can't see.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And like you just mentioned, about the pages. So my question is,
Mhm.
like you said before, you have multiple canvases of all your
Yeah.
achievements about, what you've done, what you've accomplished. My thing is, how do you not get stuck on that page? How do you, for instance, like I mentioned before, you can be on the top of that
Yeah.
mountain. Like for instance, like some of your accolades that I've seen, you've been on Complex.
Yeah.
You have a successful business. I bought some of your merch because
Mhm.
like it's good quality
I
merch.
appreciate you.
You know what I
Thank you.
mean? Like I don't even have to tell you
I
that
should have
because,
brought some for you. Oh my, look,
bro,
so
I don't know. You good, fam. I'm big on support, bro. Like I could have, like I said, like a lot of people do crazy shit. I could have been like, hey, I just bought your merch, bro. Like I just want you to know that.
yeah.
But I just like it, bro. Like
I
I
respect
like
it.
clothes. Like I like thrifting. I like shopping. Like most
Yeah.
of my guys, we in fashion. So like when I went to the pop up, I looked at Gabe. I'm like, damn, bro. Like he got some shit. And I'm savoring the moment because I'm like, nah, like I'm the type of person like I like to look at everything. I'm
Mhm.
like, this is just a little bit of his collection. I know this ain't everything. I said, I'm gonna shop with him. And I was like, Gabe, I'm finna shop with you. I bought some shit from Gabe. He bought some from me.
Mhm.
And then I'm like, I'm a follow bro. And I'm gonna go check out his page. And I seen that you had the shorts. I'm like, damn, the bitch is hard. I was like, I gotta get the bitch. But yeah, bro, like, how do you stay consistent and how do you stay from not staying stagnant on
Let's
that
go.
page of the achievement?
I think really like for me, I'm very competitive driven too as
Mhm.
well. So I see who's in my space. So there's one thing I tell people all the time. It's me versus me, but it's always someone else behind you trying to take your position. So
Exactly.
I'm not too worried about the next man because I know that we all got this different paths.
Mhm.
But it's that competitive nature, like at sports, it's in me.
Mhm.
It's like it's in my DNA. Whereas like even people on the same, my peers on the same level,
Mhm.
I just like to just compete in a certain way. So whenever I see like I achieve something, like that's cool. Like I'm happy for it.
Mhm.
It's like I'm putting my foot down, I'm just running, like, just trying to get to the next thing because
For
at the end of
sure.
the day, I know once I put my head up, I look back, I'm gonna see everything, like, I'm like, "Yo, I did that." So
Mhm.
for me, it's like I like to just be competitive, super competitive, certain peers. It's like in this space, it is a sport in a way,
Mhm.
because like, we all see who gonna drop the next thing, the next hit item, next piece. There's so much moving factors, timing of certain things.
Mhm.
And that's the thing I love about this fashion industry. So for me, like, I just keep that competitive nature in me is all the time,
Mhm.
and from there, it's like it just bleed into like my own personal thing. Like I said, even though I'm competitive, I'm looking at whatever competition doing, but I never use that to like judge my
Drive you.
work. Cause now if you use that to judge your work, now it gets to your head.
Exactly.
But at the same time, since me in the gym and me putting that work on my mental aspect, for anything to get inside my framework of my brain, it's possible.
Mhm.
Only if I allow it. So
Mhm.
even when I look at someone else's work, I'm like, that's fire, that's dope. That's their story.
Mhm.
But at the same time, I don't look at that what they done. I just give the nod, the flowers, and then okay, how can I make sure I compete on that level, and at the same time, make sure
Better
that
yourself.
if I let up, it's a young kid somewhere in or across the world who got less like than me, who got the same mindset that I had when I was younger, who's
Mhm.
trying to take my position. But it's not bad. Like it's part of the game.
Yeah.
It just keeps me like inclined to just keep going. So that's my thing. I just like that analogy. It's always someone behind you, but at the same time, it's you versus you. You
Mhm.
know,
It's always somebody that wants your spot. Like
always.
even with me, like it's some people that are starting and
Yeah,
they want to be where I'm at.
but they don't know the story. They
Exactly.
don't know
So
the story.
a lot it's like a game of chess. Like
Mhm.
one move can take all the pieces.
Mhm.
So my next question for you is basically I want to come into the creator world. So basically, like for
Mm.
instance, I have my podcast, right? I've dropped merch.
Fire.
So I want to give all creators their flowers. I'm gonna tell you the funny thing about my situation with me making my merch. I made my own merch. I made my own design, everything.
Fire.
That shit took me weeks.
It's hard. Yeah.
So how do you consistently remain creative? Like
Yeah.
is that like just a blessing, or is
Mhm.
that a skill that is more like it's just embedded in your backbone,
I
like it's
think
just you?
I think if for creatives, like if you have, you have it. Like
Mhm.
that's one thing. Like there's some creators that I know where it's like I look at their stuff, I know they got the edge on me. Like they really in creative. I
Mhm.
give them that. Like I just like I got my flowers.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's like it's a thing you can. It's a trait too. Like you can develop as well.
Yeah.
But it's a muscle memory. Like it's like whatever in the gym, like you build a muscle,
Mhm.
you can build this muscle as well. But sometimes like it's not gonna be someone who naturally got it. Where it's like, okay, oh my God, like this shit, this thing is crazy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I'm not never gonna knock somebody who doesn't have that creative edge because let's say, for example, when I first started my brand, I always knew I was creative, but
Mhm.
I did the level I am creative now is way different back then. So
Exactly.
that's where like for me, my story is very interesting because like my first t-shirts, I'm gonna show you my first t-shirts. You gonna be like, no way. To now, it was a muscle memory type of thing. Like that is one of those stories where it's like to get to this level, I wasn't automatically visionary. The stuff I have now was muscle memory, muscle
Exactly.
memory, muscle memory, muscle memory, learning processes.
Mhm.
Okay, this is how this piece right here, each piece I'm gonna make, keep developing, keep getting better over time,
Exactly.
keep creating over time. And as you create over time, you're gonna develop this new skill of who you are. It's like you get better over time. You just gotta keep pushing that artwork outside.
Mhm.
So, but to get to that level, you have to be out there. You have to put yourself to the world. Like this is my stuff.
Mhm.
Showcase the world, your artwork, and then from there, it's like it's a process of that. But there are some people who naturally gifted, and that's something that you're never gonna overlook. But like my coach said, hard work be talent. Hard
Mhm.
work doesn't want to show up. You know.
Exactly. Like that's the realest saying. I'm pretty sure I heard that too when I was in sports. Like I mentioned before, I played a lot of sports, so
Yeah, yeah,
I encountered different lessons and everything through that, and
yeah.
I'm very thankful for that. Even though I didn't take it far or whatever the case may be, it still has taught me a lot, and that's what
Mm,
I'm big on. Like every encounterment, even if I used to work fast food.
that's
I
fine.
learned shit from fast food.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's just accepting anything that I'm learning from. So my thing is
Mm,
too, as a creator, how do you handle the emotions when the world doesn't accept your work? Because I
mm,
know it's a lot of creators,
yeah.
it's a lot of people that are designers, a lot of people that do what I do, or just want to be influencers in general.
Mm.
Whenever they put out something that they feel like that's going to be the one, and it turns out not to be the one, how do you handle that?
I mean, I just keep going. Like for me, I just keep going. Like it's cool. Like I don't, because art is subjective. Like no
Mhm.
one's bound to love your stuff. It's like everybody had their own taste. That's where I
Exactly.
realized early on. Like, all right, cool. I made this piece. This person liked it. The other person don't. It's
Yeah.
okay. Like at the end of the day, it's about keep learning that process of what people like, and that's how you cultivate your own audience from there.
Mhm.
And then from there, you cultivate your own experience of how you're gonna portray to the consumers how to produce the items they want. So like for me, I never knock it. Someone don't like something, the next item I'll make sure I drop it just for you. Just for you. But it's part of the game. It's part of the
Yeah.
process as a creative. It's like not everybody gonna like your work, but
Mhm.
at the end of the day, as long as you love your stuff, and at the same time, you have some people that love it here and there. Okay, you're on the right path. And that's about just how you keep touching these points of people that who probably never would bat an eye to your work to like to respect it. So
Mhm.
that's my thing. Just you gotta accept it how it is,
But
man.
see, that's the problem though. A
Acceptance,
lot,
remember?
yeah,
Yeah.
acceptance. But that's another thing too. A lot of people want to get into your lane of work and
Mhm.
my lane of work, but they don't really love it.
I don't love it.
They don't really have that drive for it. And I just talked to it with my last guest, and I was basically saying that a lot of people want to be saved, or a lot of people
Mhm,
want that reward
mhm,
without putting in the work for it because they truly don't like it. I feel like if you really want to do something, you have to understand that are you going to be able to do it with the lights off? Are you going to be able to do it when you mad,
mhm.
sad, broke? Are you
Facts.
gonna be able to do
Facts.
it when everything is going to hell? Like,
Mhm,
I could come up here and I'm pissed off.
mhm.
I had a terrible day yesterday, but I'm
Yeah.
still here. I'm thankful. God gave me another day to breathe, live,
Facts.
and I'm finna come up here and talk.
Come here and talk,
I ain't
man.
losing nothing. You know what I
Nah, you
mean? So,
winning.
and I'm thankful. And like you said earlier, I want to ask you this.
Mhm,
You mentioned basically like another younger kid out there
mhm.
that want to be where you at. But what is some advice that you would give to your younger self if you could talk to your younger
Oh
self right now?
man, one thing I tell them, uh, definitely younger self. Like, how young we talking? High
Let's
school?
let, let's let's say 'cause I like I said, we didn't touch back on like, touch much on your upbringing, but
Mhm.
touch back on that kid that had that kid that had that pivotal moment. So whatever was the most pivotal time of your life, what
I
advice would
think
you give to
I
him?
think the age that I probably had the most pivoted was probably like middle school, cause that's where, like, middle school, you try everything. Cause I
Mhm.
was I was playing the saxophone, I was trying all
I
types
played
of
the
things.
clarinet.
What? I actually played clarinet too a little bit. I played clarinet and alto sax, man. I was a band
For
kid,
sure.
man. So it was like I was in, that's cause I went to a school called elective Lee, so
Mhm,
we had all these different type of arts electives.
mhm,
I was trying everything, so that was a time where I was like, I was trying to tap into all these different type of things, and at that time, that's where I was like, "Oh, cool, like, this is what I like to do, my lane, like, I like that art type stuff, you know?" So that kid, one thing I'll tell him was like, "Yo, keep curating and keep that younger self of you alive." That's one thing as you get older, I realize a lot of people, you see a lot of people, they're dead inside, man. And they don't
mhm,
have that fun youthfulness. And at the end of the day, creators run the world. I made a post about that. It's a true statement where, like, us creators, we really run the world. Everything you see around the world, you need a creative mind to create the building, create how
mhm,
this thing looks, how this room looks. You need somebody who also creative. So
mhm,
you having that creativity is still you having that youth inside you. So I would tell my younger self, just like, yo, keep doing what you're doing, but just do on a higher level to just withstand and contain that youth in the bottle. So whenever you get older, you can just utilize it to your advantage. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people
yeah,
gonna be dead inside, but you have the youthfulness. You walk
mhm,
into a building, people like, what's up with this dude? Why you so happy? It's just you. And from
mhm,
there, you become a light source. A lot of people want to gravitate towards. So
mhm.
yeah,
That's facts, and I seen something, I believe his name is Vic Blends.
Big
It's,
Lens, yeah,
yeah,
the barber,
yep,
yeah.
I seen him, and he basically said something that stuck with me. He said, "A lot of people." I think I'm trying to remember what he said. I think he basically said that
Mhm.
a lot of people are so poor, the only thing that they have is money, and I said,
That's
"Damn."
that's true.
I said that stuck with me so
That's
bad because
true.
I'm like, damn, a lot of people chase the bag, but they
Mhm.
don't have anything other than the bag.
Nah,
Like, and I mention that because, like you said, you still have to be youthful in
you
everything
got to.
that you do
Yeah,
because I feel like even with myself, like I still have some of my childish ways and my youth
man.
ways because it
What?
still brings out the best sides of
You
me.
got to,
Like
man.
I feel like a lot of people want to be these super adults and they don't understand that, being an adult is stressful.
It's stressful. Yeah.
It's stressful, is it can become stagnant,
Mhm.
it can become very mental draining. So if you don't have a youthful side to fall back on, all you're gonna be doing is just living day to day stressed out,
Facts.
trying to become this super adult when in reality, the most successful people or successful adults, they still are childish. They
They're still
still are
childish.
youthful.
Yeah, you see their house and all this stuff in the house like that,
Exactly.
yeah. That's true, man, that's a good point. That was a good point, man, that's
Yeah. So my question for you now is, being that you're at a young age and
yeah.
that you have much success, what do you have to look forward to? Like, what are some things that you wanna, improve about yourself and
Mhm.
just your business as a
I
whole?
mean, for me, like, even my people could tell you, my mom, everybody could tell you, I'm always watching YouTube. I'm always learning. That's fun fact. That's how I started brand. I was watching YouTube University.
Mhm,
Shout out to YouTube. If you know, utilize YouTube before eventually they might start charging the app soon. You know how everything
mhm,
changing. They might put some
mhm,
paywalls, but like I said, I'm always learning like about the world. Always learning because for you to learn the future, you have to learn about the past.
mhm,
So I'm always learning about technology, what's going on. So for me, I think the next thing for me is probably I want to do a lot of things. I want real estate. I want to go back to school just to look for AI, tech, cybersecurity. I just like I'm in tune with everything
mhm.
going on because for me it's like it's about okay, cool, just absorbing all this information. 'Cause at the end of the day, knowledge is power. That's one thing I'm
Exactly.
always gonna tell people: knowledge is power. Always learn. Never be naive.
Mhm,
Learn where you came from. Learn about other people' religions. Learn about other people, countries. Learn about the world in general. Because once you learn about the world, you learn how everything works. Once you learn how
exactly.
everything works, you're able to flow in a space where you're very peaceful. Like you see somebody come in, oh, what's up, man? Like you know what you know about the person. It's so cool. Bro. It's so
Mhm,
cool. And I think when I went to China for the first time, that's when I had that awakening. I was like, oh damn. 'Cause that's where I was like I was so accepting of just going there and just learning from the about the culture previously, and then I went there, I was like, "Yo, like,
this is dope.
it's super dope because I accepted it, I was optimistic of learning about the culture,
Mhm,
and once you go there, you're like, "This is how the world works." That's my first time outside the country, I was like, "This is how the world works."
mhm,
And once you learn about that little sliver of it, you just wanna it's a high, you just wanna keep chasing about it,
mhm.
so, pretty cool, man, pretty
Yeah,
cool.
for sure. That's what's up. So we are getting towards the end of the episode. So it's yeah, bro, we could keep going all fucking day if we want to. But for sure, like even with that just reaction, we probably could do a part two. Who knows?
Hey, shout out to Trey the Truth,
For
man.
sure.
Definitely, like, you been hospitality is real, like, man, appreciate you.
For sure, bro.
Man, just it's cool just have a conversation. A lot of people don't
Hmm.
understand, like, the art of dialogue. It's like two individuals sitting down in a certain point of
Mhm.
time, this space of time of the life. We're just
Exactly.
flowing. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We're just flowing as God give us opportunity to just be here this time. You know, so
Exactly. That's why I love it. That's why I told you, like,
yeah,
I don't do the pre-questions. I don't do
yeah,
nothing
yeah,
because my whole thing is a conversation can open up doors that an interview can't.
yeah,
I feel like when you try to direct something for a certain reason or a
yeah.
certain point, you miss all the other doors because you
Everything.
focusing on this one door that you think is gonna have 10 other doors behind it when it really don't.
That's how gonna be successful, man.
Mhm.
Look, I'll put my token in. Trade the Truth is gonna be up soon. You know, like
I
nah,
appreciate it,
that's
man.
cool. Like even myself too. Like I like to help anybody, invest into anybody. Like
Mhm.
as far as like with early on, I like to be early on certain things. Like
Mhm.
if I see somebody doing something good, like hey, how can I be part of? Especially like
Facts.
I don't know if you could tell. Like even like in the city, even when Gabe and everything too. Like shout out to Gabe. It's just about investing to people. I just like to be early. Just like to help people. Because one thing about me, I like to plant the seed early on. Because at the end
Exactly.
of the day, the sprouts can grow everywhere.
Mhm.
But if you're able to help people plant the seed, my mom told me this one thing. People might forget about certain things. People might forget about what you've done, but people will never forget how you made them feel.
Exactly.
So if you leave a good like remark how people feel about you,
They always remember you.
always remember no matter what. So
Yeah, that's why I say I'm big on it. Like, I don't care
yeah,
who you are. I've had, like, for instance, my last guest before the one yesterday, she just published her book. Is she famous? No, she got 300 followers. I don't care about that. It's about
yeah,
the impact that I know you can
it's
have and that you
facts.
can give. I don't care about, what status you are or who likes you. As long as you are comfortable telling your story,
Mhm.
it's somebody else that needs to hear it. And
That's
that's why I
amazing.
say it's conversations. I don't like the whole interviews and I ain't gonna get into
Nah,
all that. But I always ask people towards the end, what are three truths that you have that you would either give to yourself, the community, or that you feel like society needs to know?
three truths. Oh
Mhm.
man,
It always gets people.
it costs nothing to it costs nothing to just support people. It
Mhm,
costs nothing to just support people. That's number one.
mhm,
Um, love over hate. You know, you seen that in the World Cup, not World Cup, but you seen in the Super Bowl. Love
mhm,
over hate. Definitely love is an important thing. And then last one, discipline. I'm a big disciplined person
mhm.
because at the end of the day, discipline can take you places that you don't even know where it can take you. So
Facts.
those are the three things. Like the reason I like to keep those three things the foundation core because those things that people don't nowadays don't look at.
Mhm.
People want like the quick fix things, but they're not saying the quick fixes within the eternal and those mindset things. So those are my things, man.
For sure,
I'm
and
big
and I feel like you've mentioned discipline a lot, so how would you define discipline?
discipline, man. My definition of discipline,
Yeah. I feel like
getting up
even
again.
if you have your own definition, I feel like it may resonate with somebody.
Okay, for me, discipline is like for me in particular, getting up at 5 in the morning, do my little workout for an hour.
Mhm,
From there, hop on the computer, do emails, see what's going on daily. Like I have to be in tune. Um, from there, just the daily process. Like I typically flow through my day. Like I don't have a set day, just because like as a creative, you don't have set days, but you do have the like the end point and the start point of your day because you need the foundational stuff.
mhm,
So I have those things, and from there, I glide through the day at certain things how I feel. But I just get stuff done. You know, I just get stuff done. So and just knowing that aspect of discipline, some things that I don't know I need to get done, I just do it. Oh, I need to check emails. Oh, let me check emails. If I have to go to the warehouse, I don't know how to like I legit don't know. Like it's not scheduled, but I just know I have to get stuff done.
mhm,
I have to get every single day I have to get stuff moving, yeah, operation. But just about just like to the whole point of my daily aspect of discipline, it's about a constant flow of motion.
mhm,
Whenever like in Newton law of motion, and object in motion stays in motion. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? So make sure like if I know I got momentum, I got motion going on. You just gotta make sure you just sustain that by just constantly going, just constantly going. Sometimes you feel like you're just moving. It's that 1%. You doing
mhm.
something, you know. So
Slow motion is still motion.
hey man,
That was just saying that I was brought up on when I
yeah,
was in
yeah,
high school.
that's true.
Slow motion
Just
is still
always
motion.
motion.
It don't matter
Don't
at
matter
what pace, time frame, nothing. Motion is motion. You cannot separate motion from nothing.
at all, at all.
As long as you're moving, as long as you're breathing, you got motion. You just have to excel and progress in order to get it to a high level.
Well spoken.
So, we got a few minutes left. What are some things that people can look forward to you dropping, or some things that you have coming up?
See, like I ain't tell you, but we got a Buccaneers collab coming up soon, and
Tough.
yeah, so that's something for the temple. That's something I'm super excited about. I've been working on that for like year and a half, a year, something like that. But it been low key behind the scenes. You probably seen me at the Buccaneers game. You probably seen it here and there. Like I dropped little references here, but it's super dope. That's one thing too. And then my next collection, Paradigm of Virtues. I tease it a little bit here and there.
Mhm,
That collection right there will be basically the paradigms. You know, 'cause a lot of people hear that word, but they don't understand the meaning of paradigms. But paradigms be able to skate in a paradigm. Because Kanye said it best: skate on a paradigm, shift it when I feel like it. And when you're in tune with yourself, you're able to sh- go back from the past and go back to the future to understand who you are. And from there, that's why my next collection is based on that. It's based on my whole upbringing, how the person I am today, the morals and compass that I was installed into me from my parents, whatever, turned me to the person I am. Those different shifts I had to go through, me moving out, me as a young kid, seeing like people from my whole town coming back from basketball because people that I thought were superheroes, like the best players in the city coming back, but they come back to the city. I'm like, yo, I thought you going to lead bound whole time.
mhm,
That paradigm, I mean, just knowing that basketball not the end all be all, like the
mm-mm,
real life more. It's just those paradigms that made me to who I am
mhm.
is it's gonna be the root of the storytelling of that. It could be super dope. I got some stuff cooked up for that. I'm super excited for this.
Yeah, for sure,
Like
that's major.
like you see my last collection, Castle 3,
Mhm.
but number 4,
Something serious.
it's one of the ones where it's like I'm going all out. Like I'm typically like as a creative, I don't really like care about the money too much about. Of course, this year I'm gonna try to care about the money.
Mhm,
But I just let the work speak. Like if something costs X amount of Z to produce, let's do it. As
mhm,
long as the input equal the output, that's it.
mhm.
That's it. But you know, of course, you gotta be now financially. You gotta be more financially sounding. But at the same time, I typically I'll go. Let's go all in for it. Let's do it. So that Castle 4, and then of course you got a FIFA World Cup. You got FIFA World Cup. You got a couple of things like you
Mhm.
got September. Can't say too much about September. You got no, if you play on the PS5, something dope coming on that too. Like it's like so much
Hey,
stuff this year.
hey, man, look, it's to me, it sounds like a whole year of blessings.
It's all your blessings, but at the same time, one thing I says, can't complain like you want to eat, and then when the food presented to you on the
Mhm.
table,
It's crazy, I just made I made a post about that.
you see what I'm talking about? I
Mhm.
forgot the exact like wording of it, but you know what I'm talking about.
Mhm. What I basically made, so I do daily truths, and what was a part of my daily truth, I think this was on Friday, because on Friday I post actual, posts
That's
with the
dope.
truth. So, it was basically about saying that in shorter terms, you can't ask
Mhm.
to be the chef in the kitchen,
Yep.
but complain when plates are being requested, because
Man,
people
what?
still gotta eat.
People still gotta eat.
Everybody still gotta eat. You can't like the best chefs in the world don't get mad when everybody come to their restaurant. They happy to serve.
Yeah.
So you can't ask to be the best, but
Mhm.
complain when the work come knocking.
Man, what?
Because when the work come knocking, it's not knocking for no reason. The reward
Ooh,
is cooking up. So it's like, yeah, yeah,
that's
man.
facts, man.
That's why I say like it's nice that you have the competitive mindset because we
Yeah.
can relate with that. Like I love to challenge myself, and I used
Yeah.
to live by this saying that I thrive in chaos, but now I've learned that you don't need chaos to thrive.
Nah.
So I always have that competitive mindset with knowing that, look, I'm still gonna keep going because I know it's something down the line.
Yeah.
Even with this podcast, like when I first started, I think I started in March last
Yeah.
year, and I didn't know I'd get to where I'm at.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like I done had celebrities repost me. I done had rappers repost
That's
me. I
dope.
done had all this stuff happen. I'm like, bro, when I started this, I'm like, damn, probably a year in, I probably have 200 subs. Like
Mhm.
I didn't think the reward would be that big, but I put in the work.
That's fire.
And so like I give you your flowers, bro. Like that's tough. Bucks. You just said FIFA
Yeah, I got a couple other
and
things.
and, and,
Then
and
what's this the next thing? I can't say the next thing. I already said the Bucks. The next thing
uh,
you just gotta see, you be like, "Oh my god."
listen, man, y'all stay tuned, man.
Hey, stay tuned.
Y'all stay tuned, and you know what? This is the perfect time to go ahead, let them know where they can find you at and
Oh
find your
man,
business at.
make sure you go on Instagram, Visionary Club underscore, and also to Visionary Club clothing.com. There's so much ways. Like, you probably see me everywhere, but just make sure you go on visionaryclub.com, man. So you buy some clothes. You buy some
Mhm.
clothes, I might ship it out next day for you. I got you. Myself, I might sign a little card for you too. You know what I'm saying?
For
But
sure.
but definitely like I said, make sure y'all type into the Instagram, Visionary Club underscore, and shout out to Trey, man. We here.
Yeah, for
What time to
sure,
be
man.
alive,
For
man.
sure, man. And his word is true. I am a customer of his business. The shipping is good, the quality is good, the packaging is good, everything is good. So what he said is absolutely true. Imma just keep it a buck, and Imma tell you this too. Once you shop, you not that's not gonna be the last time you see him. Every time I go on my IG, I see all the ads, and I love it. So that's how you know somebody really putting in the work.
See, that's a true marketer
You
right
can't
there.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, you know somebody putting in the work because once you make that one-stop shop, it's never the end.
He's
It's
like, you're
never
like,
a
damn, I'm seeing
exact
every day I go on Instagram.
mhm. That's how you know somebody putting in work, and that's how you build relationships with something that you love and trust in. So, y'all know how I am with the outro, man. Gone.
Peace.
For
Sheesh.
sure.
That was good, bro. That was
Good
good.
shit,
You
bro.
flowing, bro.
Man,
You
easy.
flowing.